Nah, at this point,
Say it.
like the people are here to listen
Episode 9.
because they like all the information and the wisdom that I'm giving.
Let's get started.
Cody's Corner. Hello, everybody, and welcome officially to Week 16 of Fantasy Football, and welcome officially to Cody's Corner. Cody's week-by-week hot takes on who's going to take the W, as well as who's getting the highest scored and the $25. I want to switch it up this week.
Okay.
I usually say first and foremost, rest in peace to a legend, Aaron Rodgers, but he was put on the active roster this week.
I still don't think he plays.
It's not rest in peace, though. He's not dead. He's out of the grave.
He's still resting.
He came back. Like 3 did with 4 or 5. This fantasy season is still for him.
Rest in peace, Angel.
Rest
Still
in
for
peace,
him, too.
Angel. We pray for a speedy recovery.
Amen.
Or amen. You know, we've been lucky enough that as we say rest in peace, amen, he's still in the playoffs.
He's still in the playoffs and doing very well in the playoffs.
He's still there and he's fighting, bro. You want to talk about that? I think that, honestly, this little Final Four that we got is something amazing.
Some good matchups.
But before we get into that, let's just talk a little bit about this last Thursday. What did you like about this last Thursday?
I like that the Rams did well. I
Yeah.
like that Cooper Kupp is doing pretty good again.
You didn't like that under 46.5, though.
I didn't. I liked Puka
Yeah.
scoring a touchdown just like I predicted.
You're right. You got that one for sure. Moving right along, let's get right into this Rams game. It was New Orleans at Rams. The score was 22-30 to the Rams. 8-7 at home. How did you feel about that?
I think it was a fun game to watch. Just like I said last week, if you need to pick up a quarterback to start in fantasy, pick up whoever's playing on Thursday.
Right.
Stafford, 328 in yards, 2 touchdowns. Carr, 319, 3 touchdowns. He had a pick. That's okay. Fantasy-wise, they both put up at least 20-something points.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. The truth is that either way, this is a great game. Like, as far as fantasy goes, if anybody in the playoffs had these players right now, and this is your make or break, you can go with either of these guys.
Yeah, I think the only guy you didn't want was Kamara. He had 9 carries for 19 yards.
What, in PPR, he had like 8 point something?
Yeah, I mean, he had receptions that kind of helped him out. But running-wise, he ran it 9 times. He only got 19 yards total.
That's unfortunate. Who's feeling that right now? Is it Eamon?
Eamon.
Look, is this the fall of Goliath?
Look, Eamon's team, he's got too many good players.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to pick someone to start every week.
Mm-hmm.
I think, as of now, he's not starting James Cook or Etienne.
Which is hard.
That's hard.
It's hard to say no to those players in general, but at this point, when it's like now or never, you got to make those hard decisions. That's the beauty of fantasy in general. But before we move forward from the Thursday night game, I wanted to just talk about these little parlays that we made. Look, I said Hill touchdown, didn't happen. Cup touchdown, didn't happen. +4 Saints, didn't happen. Kamara touchdown, didn't happen. Puka touchdown, did happen.
It happened.
Under 46.5, did not happen. The score was at 52.
Yeah.
To be honest, I remember Alex said under 46.5 didn't happen. A Williams touchdown, he did get. And then Cup over 50 yards. He actually hit that one. He got 52 receiving yards. So maybe Alex is the one that deserves his own show. Maybe we should just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's not Cody's Corner. It's Alex's.
Alex's attic.
Alex's attic. Is that in the same house as David's dungeon?
Are they all in the same house?
Same house?
Like you just go to a different room and it's at Petey's porch?
Ooh,
Petey's patio?
David's dungeon.
Ooh.
Alex's attic.
Ooh.
It's a big house.
It's a huge house. I don't want to be in anyone's house.
What's the house called? I'm putting you on the spot. It's tough.
I don't really know.
We'll think about that. Puka, he had 164 yards, 9 receptions, and a touchdown. He's 147 yards away from breaking the rookie record.
Wow. And this is week 16. What, he has 2 more left?
There's 1 more, right?
He has this weekend and next weekend.
Next 2, that's right. 17 games now.
So that's only what, 80 yards a game?
And he had 164 in this one.
You said only, like it's easy to get 80 yards in the NFL. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. That's the beauty of the sport. But do you think that he hits that record?
I think he breaks it.
He doesn't even wear gloves, bro. He doesn't even wear gloves, dude.
Built different.
You know how hard it is to play without gloves on.
I mean, I can imagine. It's really hard.
No, it's ridiculous. Especially, like, in weather. Yo, no gloves in the rain is, like, the craziest thing in the world.
I also saw this stat of just Matthew Stafford being a quarterback.
Right.
He helped Calvin Johnson break a record. He had Cooper Kupp that year come in second in yards of all time as a receiver.
Whoa.
And now he's going to help Puka possibly break a record.
Wow, so he's just giving out records left and right.
Really Stafford.
He's handing them out like he's Oprah, bro.
Yeah.
He's just like, you get a record.
You get a record. You get a record.
Everybody gets a record.
But other than that, it was a good game to watch. A really fun Thursday game to watch.
I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, David wasn't there to choose what game he had in that one, but I'm sure he had the Rams too. Let's just say we got green all across the board on that one. I'm going to pretend like it wasn't there.
I'm sure he wasn't choosing Derek Carr.
Yeah. Moving right along, we got Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Mason Rudolph was announced the starter for this game. Mason Rudolph, listen, I don't follow Mason Rudolph's career the way that maybe somebody else is. I'm going to be honest with you. The only thing that makes me think of Mason Rudolph is when he got absolutely whacked by Myles Garrett with the whole helmet situation or whatever. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yo, that's the only notable thing I think I can remember in the near past that Mason Rudolph has accomplished. Well, look, not getting killed by Myles Garrett.
If there was ever a time for your name to be Rudolph, it's this weekend, right?
Little Christmas
weekend. You're starting. Your name is Rudolph.
Let me ask you this: what's the best Christmas movie?
The best Christmas movie?
The best one.
I'm gonna say Elf.
That's a good answer.
It's one of my favorites growing up. Still, like, you can watch it to this day and still laugh all the way through. It carries well. I think that's the best Christmas movie.
I'm gonna say the best Christmas movie is either Christmas Story.
Okay.
I think Christmas, like the one, like you shoot your eye out, kid. Like that's a classic. Or you gotta go. You know, you can't go without saying Home Alone.
You can't.
What do you think, David?
Honestly, I'm probably gonna go with Home Alone, and I think you meant A Christmas Carol, not A Christmas Story.
No, Christmas Story. Christmas Story.
Different movie.
Christmas Carol is a different movie.
Yeah.
Bah
humbug.
Yeah, Christmas Carol is bah humbug when he gets visited by the ghosts.
Yeah.
Christmas Story is when it's a family and the family has like a leg lamp.
Is this the one where the kid's tongue gets stuck on the
pole?
pole?
On the ice pole.
Yes.
That's
This
Christmas Story.
is a Christmas Story.
Yeah,
that is actually a top-notch movie.
Yeah, come on now,
sure.
bro.
That is a top-notch.
I'm the youngest one here, but I got a little culture under my belt. Come on,
Home Alone
now.
is such a classic, though. You know.
Yeah.
You have the red-nosed reindeer starting for Pittsburgh. On the other side, you have.
Could you ride my sleigh tonight? Starting for Pittsburgh this week.
All the backup QBs are the other reindeer that are very jealous. It's like, we should have got the start.
Yeah, whatever, bro. To be honest, it's easy for me.
It's not Dasher.
No, I don't know all of them.
I mean, either.
Honestly, like there was that song that everybody needed to know when we were younger, but I couldn't tell it to you. Aside from that, I'll take anybody over Mason Rudolph. I got Cincinnati this week.
I got Cincinnati, and their QB is proving to be him.
He has. Third time's the charm. Jake Browning.
I think he's done it 3 times already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Repetitively doing his thing.
Yeah, 4th time now. That's going to be crazy.
It's really something else.
David, who you got?
Bengals.
Yeah.
Easy. This one's easy. Moving right along. We got Buffalo at LA Chargers. The Bills are on fire.
I don't think we have to spend more than a minute on this one either.
No. The Chargers are completely mid. Just fired their coach. They're kind of in a scramble. Did you hear the rumor that they're trying to go after Jim Harbaugh?
Really?
The college coach.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with John Harbaugh, the former 49ers coach. They're going for the one that was the coach of, I believe it was University of Michigan. He had all those issues going on this season with him getting suspended because people believe that he was cheating in the league, this and that. Maybe he's upset at the college setup. He's trying to come back to the NFL. Maybe he's the one that saves Justin Herbert from this turmoil that he's in right now.
I mean, look, like I said, being the manager of the Chargers is one of the hardest but easiest jobs that you can take.
Yep.
You sign on for a couple years, they'll fire you year 1. Guaranteed pay for the rest.
Yeah, for sure.
Just chill at home and just get paid to watch football now.
Hey, man, some backup quarterbacks are also living that lifestyle.
Easton Stick? Is he going to be doing it?
Easton Stick? I don't know. Is he going to be a backup quarterback? I mean...
I'm saying, is he going to do it now on Saturday?
Is he going to start?
Is he going to do his thing?
Oh, absolutely not. Against Bills Mafia? No.
No, okay.
If I were to give you a score prediction for this game, a lot to a little.
Okay.
No, I'm going to say, realistically, I'm going to say 14-32.
Do you think they change now with a new coach
31.
involved? Do you think they changed the way the Chargers use their running backs?
I mean,
Eckler's been gone, MIA.
Yeah.
Do you think they use him a little more
I mean,
now?
they kind of have been trying to use different stuff. You saw Kelly on the field a couple more times. You saw Joshua Palmer on the field a couple more times. You know, they kind of, at this point, when you fire someone and you don't even have an official interim, you got to experiment because then that interim's head is on the line next, you know? So they're kind of scrambling to do whatever and whenever to get the job done, but they're not going to do it this week. I got Buffalo.
Austin Eckler, over under 9 fantasy points.
How many did he score last week? Do you know?
I think 6.
Over and under 9?
Yeah.
Against Buffalo?
He's projected 15. I mean, if you want to take that projection.
I'll take the over 9.
Over 9?
I'll take the over 9. You taking the under? You don't want to take the under. You were hoping I was taking it, so then you would take the other one.
I'll take the under.
Oh,
I'll take the under.
Petey feeling a little risky. Got his own microphone this week. Feeling brand. He was like, "Fucking give me all of them."
All right, we got the Colts versus Atlanta.
Listen, I don't want to say. Oh,
Pittman's coming back from just getting his head taken off.
back, but Heineke is starting on the field. To be honest, I liked Heineke when he was on the Commanders. He had that kind of like playoff run where he was like diving into the end zone and everybody was like, who is this guy? And unfortunately, he kind of got there at like the wrong time. I don't want to say that there wasn't anyone on their offense per se as a setup, but there definitely isn't anyone as, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they had an offensive setup and he was supposed to be that guy. But if you look at the Commanders' offense now, it's pretty equivalent to what it was when he was there.
Yeah.
There's no stars on their offense, really. The best receiver they have is Curtis Samuel.
Somehow.
Somehow, you know, and he still works as a flex pick if you're talking about fantasy every now and then, but that's a bad team, you know. I feel it bad for Heineke. Does that mean I think he's going to do well this game? No.
Me neither.
It's me hoping. You know, hope doesn't get you anywhere. Wins gets you somewhere. And as far as these teams go, I think you got to go without a doubt and say that Colts have a higher ceiling in this game.
I definitely think they do. They're playing hard now. They're trying to make the playoffs. They're really trying to just make their mark. I think Pittman's got something to prove now after almost dying on the field.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing hard.
Do you think his speed is going to get affected at all this game?
I've never had a concussion. I don't know. I know you're the person to ask.
Well, I've had 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've said that on the show yet, but I'll say it now. I've had 4 in my life.
Now 1.
Look, the way that we started the show last year, not 3, 4.
4 concussions.
It's not a fun thing. Obviously, the impact that my brain has on me as someone who experienced minor concussions in school is not going to be anywhere near the level of health that these professional athletes keep at their bodies. Plus, like getting hit by an adult, you know, that's probably a whole different feeling. But if he's active, I trust the NFL enough after last season with Tua to say that he's probably fine.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I think throughout this whole season we've seen players come back from concussions and play very well. So I'm not too worried about that. What I am worried about is the running game on the other side of the ball with Dijon Robinson. The coach hasn't been using him properly.
You don't think so?
No. He fumbled once last week, got benched for the rest of the game.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that this is a team where you're going to say, okay, he could have done better this year and then he explodes next year? Or do you hope, you hope worst case scenario doesn't happen and then this player doesn't repeatedly miss out on having great feats throughout the season because of that?
I just think they haven't been coached properly this whole season.
Do you think they fix it or do you think that he keeps fucking up until he goes somewhere else?
Yep.
I asked.
No, I'll take that one.
I said which one, and you said yep.
He's gonna keep messing up until.
Do you think he's gonna this or that? Yes.
No. Yeah. The later half of what you said, they're gonna have to. He's the problem. They have to fix it.
Yeah, I agree.
I have the Colts.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, bro. I also have the Colts. Moving right along, we got Seattle at Tennessee. This is an interesting game, shout out Njigba, that game drive touchdown. Drew Lock putting the jacket on, as Alex had said so well. Do you think they start Drew Lock again this week?
It's tough, man. You have Geno Smith, a little bit inconsistent this year, but he's still shown how great he can be on the field.
Yeah.
Drew Lock was doing his thing too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you turn this into a little bit of like a Saints situation where you have 3 quarterbacks you can just kind of throw out there whenever you want?
No.
No,
I'm
you
gonna tell you
start
why.
one and
Because
ride them?
both of them deserve to be a starter.
So what do you do?
That's hard because not for nothing, and you've seen it on social media. You're a stranger to that at all. They're saying that that's the most electrifying quarterback room in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Drew Lock and Geno Smith. Who would have thought?
That's 2 backups.
Yeah.
Like,
Pete
for
Carroll.
years?
What's up?
Pete Carroll.
Yeah. No, he knows what he's doing, bro. Talk about quarterback development.
You gotta send Zach Wilson his way.
Listen, I don't want to hear all these scenarios about send Zach Wilson here or there. Because, look, what did I say? Yo, all right, you know what? We're going to get to that when we get to the Jets part. My God.
Pete,
Okay.
you gotta chill.
Look, so, like David said before, this is definitely a trap game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think whenever it's the Titans, it can always be a trap game. Will Levis can kind of turn it on whenever he wants.
Yeah.
Well, whenever he can. And
Yeah, whenever he can. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
that's
That means
tough.
he's not under control of how well he's going to perform.
No, exactly. He's
Then I'm
definitely
not scared of someone that's going to do that.
No, but he's gonna do it once in a while.
All right, do you think that they play Seattle better than or equivalent to how they played Miami?
Oh.
They beat Miami.
They beat Miami.
That was a game, like you said, Will Levis
They beat
showed up.
Miami. They can beat Seattle.
So you got Tennessee?
No, I have Seattle.
All right. That's fine. Moving right along, we got I also have Seattle. I didn't mention it, but I have Seattle.
Of course you do.
To be honest, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't believe in Tennessee for anything. Like I said last week, they're not using Derrick Henry right. You know, he's a great running back, losing his value, depreciating. Other teams need him, bro.
No, they have Tajay Spears, the next man up. Whenever they get rid of Henry, they'll have Spears to fit into that spot.
Yeah, but it'd be a shame to like have to drop that guy and rely on Spears as your next best chance.
No, they're relying on a lot of people right now.
Yeah, they got a whole lot of relying going on and a whole lot of succeeding. I got Seattle, like I said. Moving right along after that, Detroit at Minnesota. If the Lions win, they clinch the division win. And if the Vikings lose, they're officially out of the playoffs.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's a very big deal.
This is a tough team to have to play if your season's on the line.
You know, if it was a healthy team, I would have said this is a way harder decision. But since it's not a healthy team and Nick Mullins is playing, you got to go with Detroit, bro.
Detroit has been looking really good. They won very convincingly last week.
Yeah.
I think Goff threw like 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think Laporta had 3.
He did have 3.
So they've been looking great. But look, the Lions have a lot on the line as well. They need a win to clinch.
Yeah.
But the Vikings need to win to stay in the playoffs. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Mullins figures out how to throw football.
Okay.
He's got 3 options out there that are really good. He's got Justin Jefferson,
Addison.
you got Addison, and you got Likely, who's pretty good.
And Hawkinson.
And Hawkinson, that's one thing. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you something. Because I was having this conversation. I didn't get to finish what I was saying before. You got 2 great tight ends in this matchup.
Grape.
You have 2 grape and 2 pear. No, anyway. You got 2 great matchups at tight end with Sam Laporta on one side of the ball and TJ Hawkinson at the other. If you're not talking about season long, and you're talking about just legitimately in this season alone, who's the best tight end right now?
Between them two?
Between the whole league, who's the best tight end right now?
In the whole league.
In the whole league right now, who's the best tight end?
It's still Kelsey.
You're bugging.
Still Kelsey.
You're out of your mind. And
He's
I know.
still the best
Look,
tight end.
you know what that tells me as an analyst sitting right next to you right now? You're not watching the games.
Oh, I'm watching the game.
Sam Laporta is the best tight end in football right now, and I'll stand on it. And matter of fact, I didn't even tell you. I got a list for you.
Okay.
I got the top 10 tight ends fantasy-wise this year as of right now. Do you think you can name them?
I can.
Let's go. Let's go.
Laporta.
Yes.
Kelsey.
In order?
Sure.
Okay. Laporta.
Kelsey.
Wrong.
Hawkinson.
Wrong.
Ingram.
Wrong.
Oh man, who am I missing?
Yeah, it's hard, right? You want to hear it?
No, okay, and not in any order. Not in any order.
Not in any order. You got all those. So
Okay.
Laporta's there, Kittle's
I'm
there,
missing one.
Kelsey's there, and Ingram's there.
Oh, Kittle's number 2?
Oh, I messed up. I said it out loud and you didn't say Kittle yet. Okay, so
Kittle's number 2 on the season.
Kittle's number 2.
Wow. Okay. I would have never guessed that.
You know what? Let me just tell you. You got Laporta, and in this order, Sam Laporta. You got, oh man, I lost it. Hold up. There you go. Laporta, George Kittle, Travis Kelce, TJ Hawkinson, David Njoku, Cole Kmet, Taysom Hill,
I cannot believe Cole
Jake
Kmet is in there.
Ferguson, Mark Andrews injured is still number 9, and Evan Ingram at 10.
Evan, that's really low.
You know, it's because he really exploded at the end of the season. Like you said, I think you said it. You've said it a bunch of times when we talk about Jacksonville. Too little, too late for Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they still have a positive record and they're still going to do well. But by the time it started clicking for him, it wasn't fantasy numbers at all.
Well, here's the difference between Laporta and Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Let me see if you can think about it.
What's the difference?
On that team,
Pat Mahomes has not other people to throw the ball to.
who do the Lions have?
Everybody else.
They have St. Brown.
whoever they want to throw the ball to.
They'll put double coverage on St. Brown. That leaves Laporta nice.
Montgomery
and
pass
open.
catcher, Jahmyr Gibbs pass catcher. You got Laporta out there. You got it's like it's limitless out there.
I still think Kelsey tight end wise is still a better tight end, but the way this team's built in Detroit, it's
Look,
great. It's
I'm not saying
built for success.
I'm not saying he's better than other tight ends like career wise because obviously this is his rookie year, right?
Yeah.
Isn't this his
Yeah,
rookie
he's a
year?
rookie.
That's another conversation for offensive rookie of the year,
It
bro.
is.
What if they gave it to Sam Laporta instead of Puka? Would you be mad?
I would.
You would be mad?
I would.
The Lions are popping though.
Well, Puka's been better.
Come on, dude.
We'll have the discussion next week.
Yeah, whatever. Moving right
Look,
along.
I have the Vikings.
I have Detroit.
Okay.
You know, we're gonna skim past this one. No one's. It's close to my heart, but you know, not the world isn't interested in this. You got the Jets against the Commanders. You got the 32nd ranked worst offense in the league in the Jets against the 32nd ranked worst defense in the league in the Commanders.
Over under. What's the over under in this game? David, do you have those numbers up? For game
Well, in
totals?
2 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know,
It's
man.
probably not a lot.
Yeah, honestly, like if it wasn't for this being my team, I would push this game to the side like a broom and a dustpan. Like if it like that's. Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to say something about the Jets, but it's not coming to me.
I was saying Zach Wilson, blah blah blah. Sucks, blah blah blah.
help me out, help
Jets
me
haven't
out.
made the playoffs in 13 years.
No,
blah,
no,
blah,
no.
blah.
You know, I wasn't gonna mention that because that's also sad, man. I wish I could remember what I was gonna say, but you know
And
what?
fellas, we have the over and under at a whopping 36.5.
For the Commanders, I feel like it'll be a high-scoring game.
You like to say this. Whenever it's two really bad teams playing against each other, it's going to be a high-scoring game.
It's gonna be one person not scoring at all and the other team going crazy.
Over under 36. What do you got?
I'm gonna say
That means
over.
they both gotta
over,
score.
Over,
Okay. Over?
over.
I'm going to take under.
Under?
Under.
Even if one team scores 3 touchdowns at 21,
I don't think any team's scoring 3 touchdowns.
you don't think so?
No.
No, you're all right. So let's talk about it. No team is gonna score over 3 touchdowns.
Oh, man. Offensively?
Yes.
No, they won't.
All right, shake on it. I say they will. Either
they
team
won't.
could.
Let's
Either
move
team
on.
could score.
I'm tired of talking about this dumpster fire. It's the Jets.
Talking about dumpster fire. Green Bay at Carolina.
Oh.
The Packers, as David put it, are just lackluster, but Carolina is bad in all caps.
Would you rather go to a Carolina Panthers game right now or Detroit Pistons?
Well, shout out. You know what? Fuck the Pistons. They lost 25 in a row.
That's a lot.
25.
That's a lot of losing.
You know how much? Yo, what do you even say as the head of that locker room? Don't worry, guys.
It won't be 26,
We got this. It's not though. I know we said it once before, but it's like that Drake meme of his son. Yo, when they fake, you have to make the other play to like. Yeah, there's nothing going on in those locker rooms. I don't know what's going on with them, but I don't even want to talk a lot about this game, bro.
Like David said, the Packers' defense is lackluster, but
Yeah.
Carolina probably won't take advantage of that.
Yo,
Jordan Love is a pretty good quarterback.
do you call him that now though?
He's a pretty good quarterback.
Oh, man, I don't know.
I'm not saying he's a great quarterback. I'm saying he's a pretty good.
I'll put it to you like this. If he manages somehow to lose this game, pull him out the conversation.
Yeah?
Pull him out. If he manages to lose against the Panthers at this point in the season, pull him out. And if he lost against the Giants, he could easily lose against the Panthers.
So you got Carolina this week?
I got Carolina this week.
Oh, you heard it here first.
You know, like, you heard that dramatic pause, right? That was because it took everything in my being to choose that. I got Carolina. Who you got?
I got Green Bay.
Who you got, David?
I got Green Bay.
All right. Moving along. Cleveland at Houston. Both Stroud and Watson injured. So neither of their starting quarterbacks are in, obviously. But that doesn't scare me because who has been balling? My man, I have been mentioning him for the last 2 episodes now. Joe Flacco is not letting up.
He didn't look great last week.
He didn't look bad last week.
He looked all right.
Look, all right. Here we go. I'll pull up his stats real quick. It's gonna take me 2 seconds.
You do that, but Houston still has no Stroud. I still believe that Collins is out.
Yeah, they is. It's the main guy is still Noah Brown.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, they're very hurt.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate because I would have loved to see Houston try to take a playoff spot and see what they could do as a young team like that.
I agree. Look, Joe Flacco. Oh, you know what? He did look pretty bad.
He looked pretty bad.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't. Oh, and you know.
I
kind of just looked at it as like a win is a win, but he really didn't win that game for the team. 28 for 44, threw 374 yards, 2 TDs, but 3 interceptions. That's an ugly game out of Joe Flacco.
Not a good game.
But, you know, as far as his games go in the Browns, as good games or bad games, that's really his first bad game as a starter so far.
Yeah, look, Cleveland, strong defense. Flacco's still a good enough QB that he can run with.
Right.
Especially against Houston right now. I have Cleveland.
I also have Cleveland, and I'm going to tell you why it's hard, though. Because when you look at this, you got to look at it as one of 2 ways. It's either you look at it as, okay, he had a bad game, but Joe Flacco can bounce back, or do you see it as, oh, his age is finally showing, and he's going to crumble. I believe in him. I got Cleveland this week.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Moving right along.
Jacksonville against Tampa Bay.
The Jags are on a 3-game losing streak, bro. I believed in them. I really did. And you know what? After 3 L's in a row, it's hard to see that same light that we used to see from them at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I mean, especially in Tampa Bay after seeing what Baker did last week.
Is that Lambeau Field magic, though?
Baker money maker?
I wouldn't call him Baker money maker or anything. He had that one good quarterback passing rating from last week, but the Buccaneers have been mid.
I mean, they are the definition of mid. They're just, you know.
They're the budget 49ers, as we've happily been saying this whole time.
They are.
It's one of those things where, like, if Tampa Bay goes back to playing how they were, they're fucked. If Jacksonville goes back to playing how they were, Tampa Bay's still fucked. You know what I mean? So, like, let's put it like this. If things are going the way things have been going, it's Tampa Bay. But if things start going the way they should be going, this is Jacksonville. And you know what? I took the Raiders right before they scored that 63. Right after they scored 0 against Minnesota. I'm taking the underdog. I definitely got Jacksonville this week.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with you this week.
Let's go.
I'm going to take Tampa.
Okay.
I think what Baker did last week was mesmerizing. It was beautiful.
You think so?
I was like, yeah, this is amazing. He played great.
That's the thing about Baker Mayfield, though. When it's good, it's great. And when it's bad, it's ugly. Like, when you see Baker losing and he starts getting, like, physically mad, you don't know where the game's going to take you next.
He's like Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Target. Tony the Targer. All right. I'm just trying to keep up with you since you try to call me out on my grape. I remember the grape from before. All right. So anyway,
yeah, Target sells grapes.
Shout out David. David also has Jacksonville. Why do you think Jacksonville's gonna win that game, bro?
I don't trust the Buccaneers. I don't trust Baker.
Yep. Telling you.
I trust him. I'm putting my trust in him this week.
All right, moving right along then. We'll take it right from there. Another game we don't really care too much about, Arizona against Chicago.
We could hold this one to 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Chicago should beat Arizona. Kyler can do his thing.
Right.
Connor, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
McBride looks nice. Fields has to throw the ball to DJ Moore and they'll win.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago has been looking good, like, as of lately, but I don't know. Arizona has been looking bad as of lately. I think it's about the time that Arizona comes back, but they're both mid. I got Arizona, bro.
I have Chicago.
All right, let's just. I don't even want to waste time on Arizona, Chicago. Hotu! I spit on you! Moving along, we got Dallas at Miami. Now, this is a good game. Talking about a good game. The Dallas are 3-4 on the road. But did their defense get exposed last week?
They did, man.
Why do you say that?
Because they got exposed.
Yeah.
It was like a kid in gym class.
Okay.
And then the bully came up behind him and just pulled his pants down.
Nerd!
Got exposed.
Kids
yeah,
don't
take that, nerd.
Yo, kids don't do that anymore, right?
I hope not.
You're really not allowed to like bully for real.
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
So
like
it's not like people aren't pulling pants down. People aren't like wedgies and nothing like that.
They're not giving swirlies anymore.
No
in the toilet
swirlies.
bowl?
No
thing of the past.
No purple nurple. None of that, bro.
Aw,
you can't
shucks.
even play dodgeball in school anymore. So
What?
Yeah, they got rid of dodgeball in Jersey.
Love
Public
dodgeball.
schools, you cannot play dodgeball.
Bro, I was
whack
an
people in
animal in
dodgeball.
dodgeball.
And every time you missed the ball really fast, the whole class would go, "Whoa!"
I have a fun question for you guys.
All right, let's hear it.
If you could pick 4 people to join you in the NFL
Okay.
and make a dodgeball team, who are you recruiting?
Okay, Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
I'm gonna say any position.
Any position.
4. I'm gonna say George Kittle.
Okay.
I'm gonna say as far as
It's a big target.
Yeah, but he's shifty and he's really energetic. He'll get in someone's mind, like the Joker kind of.
Okay.
I'm gonna also say Tyreek Hill.
I was thinking that.
And I'm gonna say you gotta think of someone that also has good hands because if they catch the ball, I'm gonna say Mike Evans.
Okay. I'm gonna say
You gotta have a quarterback in there though.
you do. I think you have to have more than one quarterback.
All right, let's hear yours.
I'm gonna say Devon Achane.
Yeah.
A little dude, short,
Right.
but he's fast. Good hands, shifty.
Right.
Take him.
That's hard. Definitely hard.
I'm gonna take Tommy DeVito.
Ooh,
Like Tommy
why?
DeVito.
Because you want to eat some cutlets right after.
I want to eat some cutlets after.
When
He
the
grew
dodge.
up in Jersey, so he was playing dodgeball. You know that.
I mean, look, if he was anywhere near where I was, then dodgeball got eliminated by the time that he was halfway through high school.
That's alright. He has enough experience.
He doesn't have all that
He's
experience.
also gonna come back. He's like, I missed out on a lot of dodgeball. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I mean, he could be missing out on whatever, and he could eat all he feels like in that household. What the hell?
I'm gonna take Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
that's a good answer.
This is tough, man. I wish I had time to think about this.
I mean, you brought it up. I thought you were ready. I thought you were gonna drop like the Monstars kind of.
I'm gonna take Kyler Murray.
Ew.
I'm gonna take Kyler Murray. I think he'd be a good dodgeball
Why?
player. He's fast. He can run. He can throw.
He's a baseball player.
He was a baseball player.
I mean, is that why you picked him though?
I just remember that now, but he did get drafted.
I don't know. To be honest, I think that you say he got exposed. I say he got exposed. I think Dallas's defense has nothing to worry about, bro. I think that whole win against Buffalo, loss against Buffalo was a fluke for them. They've been balling on everywhere that they've been going. I think that they have something to prove. I think Dak has something to prove. I got Dallas against Miami this week.
Well, Dak was definitely in the top tier of conversations for MVP this year.
Yeah.
They said he would have to beat out a lot of these good teams to end the season.
Yeah.
Losses against the good one. They didn't look good against the good one.
Do you still keep him in the MVP
I
conversation?
think he's still in the conversation. I think he's definitely dropped a lot
Yeah.
because of that game. He's got something to prove. Dallas going to Miami. I got Miami.
Okay, all right. Fine, that's fine.
That's fine.
I see David also has Miami, so I guess I'll just sit on this island by myself. But just
Sit on it.
talking about another game that we
Bring
can
a
sweep
fishing
away
pole.
with the broom. We'll talk about it real quick. New England against Denver. Next question.
Oh, speaking about a good dodgeball player, Russell Wilson also got drafted
Yeah.
in MLB.
Yeah, he did.
Baseball player.
I feel like if it was in between him or you to get out, he would let you get out though.
He's too nice.
He's too nice.
Like if you hit him And Larry was like, no, he can hit. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah. Like if it like hit his toe and then dipped out of bounds, guys,
He's like,
it hit my pinky toe. I can't lie, Jesus is watching me.
Let's ride.
And then he fucking be on the sideline. You got this, Petey. Like no help whatsoever, bro. So I got Denver, bro.
I have Denver as well. All right. Do you think Sun scores a touchdown this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna say no. Just because I like to be.
Okay. Why the hell did you ask then?
Because I want to disagree with you.
Okay.
As much as possible.
You asked me questions just so you could say no.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess you like the what's that? The conflict.
The conflict.
The disagreement. Do you hear this noise of my fingers locking together in the mic? This sounds like ASMR. Okay. Moving right along. I don't know, man. Las Vegas at Kansas City. I think this is an interesting game.
I think Pat Mahomes is going to be hurt with Max Crosby coming at him.
Do you think so?
Not like actually, but it's going to be hurting on him, you know?
Could we check on what the over is for this game, the Vegas at Kansas City, David?
I'm on it.
All right, for sure. I think that, not for nothing, against regular quarterbacks, Max Crosby's a demon. But again, I think against stars, you can't touch him. But you know who can affect Pat Mahomes, and you've seen it week in, week out? Those receivers he has,
his own teammates.
Kadarius Toney in specific. I think that their chemistry is completely off. That little, like, tip up into a pick that he had, I think that was last week, right? Yeah. Ugly. You know, you even had Pat Mahomes on the bench talking about, yo, you got to catch the ball, bro. And it's true. Like, he was sitting there, his bald ass, like, oh, man, like, maybe I should have caught that as a receiver in the professional league of football.
You think he said it like that?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Fellas, we've got the over and under at 40. 40 and a hook. 40
I
and a
got
half.
an over on that one.
I'll take the over as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's going to be tough for Mahomes. He's going to have to be scrambling a lot.
Can I give you a parlay for this one?
If you want.
I got Chiefs money line.
Mm-hmm.
I got Scantling scoring a touchdown. Anytime touchdown scorer. And then I got the over. Like I said, at over 40.
I like that. The Scantling one's going to be tough.
Yeah. It's very specific, but at this point you spin the wheel when it comes to Chiefs receivers on that team.
Christian Watson, man. He's looked pretty good.
I mean, that's the wrong team, bro.
No.
Christian Watson? That's Green Bay.
Who am I thinking of?
Sky Moore?
No.
Talking about another Watson?
There's a Watson on the Chiefs. David, could you confirm that for me?
There definitely is a Watson,
No
but
problem.
it's not Christian Watson. Christian Watson is in Wisconsin.
Chris Watson? Something Watson.
Maybe. I think I know who you're talking about. To be honest, I don't really pay attention to the receivers on the Chiefs like that because they're all ass.
No, but there's one that's been doing pretty well. He's getting the ball.
Yeah. That David's on it. Moving right along. I wanna keep moving as we got this. I also got the Chiefs. I think it's easy too. You got the Giants at Philly. You know, obviously everybody knows who should win that game, but as always it gets tricky. It's a divisional rival. As a Giants fan, going to Philly. The Giants play the Eagles twice in the next 3 weeks. The Giants have a 1% chance of making the playoffs.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Do you see the Giants with that chance?
No.
Or excuse me, 1% chance. Do they take advantage of that chance?
I think they'll try.
I mean, of course you got to try. That's the point of the game. But do you think they're going to do it?
Like, make the playoffs?
Nah. Do you think they'll win this game?
I think so.
Yeah, bro.
No.
Okay.
But I'm going to pick them.
You're going to pick the Giants
I think
to
Philly's
win?
been looking really ugly.
Okay.
They haven't looked good at all, man. They've been getting embarrassed. 3 straight they've lost now?
I'm going to put it to you like this. If the Giants want to win this game, it needs to be a high-scoring game. It needs to be.
I
Because
think it's the opposite.
the Giants need to keep up with the Eagles offensively. Because offensively, they're a problem.
I think it's the opposite. I think for them to win, the Eagles just need to have another bad game, and the Giants scored like 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, but then you're banking on someone else's failure instead of your own success, which
A
is
little bit of both.
I mean, you gotta expect Tommy DeVito to show up right now, bro.
I think he will.
It's now or never. Did you hear that whole problem with like he was supposed to show up to a pizzeria or something like that, and then like the pizzeria was gonna pay him $10,000 to show up, and then fucking what was it? His agent, the guy that had the fedora on the sideline.
The Hall of Fame Italian?
The Italian Hall of Fame. He was like, nah, we want 20,000. The restaurant was like, we don't care if you come that bad. And then Tommy DeVito showed up at the pizzeria for free.
What a nice guy.
Apologizing for the inconvenience. And then he hired a separate manager to maintain his publicity things. And then this is his sports manager now. The fedora guy is only his sports manager.
Makes sense.
Keep him active with that personality when he's interacting, networking with people in the NFL. When it comes to that personal stuff, keep it to the other guy.
Yeah.
Fellas, I have an answer for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Justin Watson.
Justin Watson.
I knew it was a Watson.
I know you were right, and I something was telling me you were right too. I couldn't remember his name though. He can't be that significant, you know.
I'm gonna give you, before we move on, I'm gonna give you a parlay.
All right, let's hear it then. Let's hear it.
I'm gonna say the Giants cover 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Devonta Smith scores.
Ooh.
And I don't know what the over-under is. I'm just going to make an alternate over-under. I'm going to say over 42.
Oh, so you're expecting a high-scoring game yourself.
Over 42.
All right, I like that. Let's
Thank
shake
you.
on it.
Wow.
What? It was a spit handshake, like
Unbelievable.
like
No,
it's
I didn't like
Peter
that. I
Pan,
didn't like
like the Lost Boys.
Moving on.
All right, the best game. Also, we didn't mention it. These last 3 games we're talking about, these are Christmas Day games because we
Merry
got games on
Christmas.
Saturday, we got games on Sunday, we got 3 games on Christmas Day. Las Vegas at Kansas City, the Giants at Philly, and now the last one, Baltimore at San Francisco. What a game.
That's a good game.
What a game.
A potential Super Bowl matchup on Christmas Day.
And it was a Super Bowl matchup, brother against brother, Jim against John Harbaugh. What a Super Bowl that was. I remember to this day.
How old are you? How many years was this?
This was 2012?
I believe so.
2012, right? So that makes it, what, 11 years ago? I remember this. I remember that 109 kick return, Jacoby Jones kick, return.
2013, sorry.
Yeah, 2013. It was 10 years ago.
34-31 was the final score.
What? That was one of the best Super Bowls I think I've watched myself personally. Jacoby Jones for that return for a touchdown, 109 yards. And this game going on Monday is just as scary. The Ravens are on a 4-game winning streak, and they've outscored their opponents 144-68. But the 49ers have won 6 in a row.
The 49ers, man, they're that team.
Yeah.
They're scary.
Yeah, they really are.
There's no weakness on that team.
Look, everybody knows I've been rooting for Baltimore out of the AFC, but Brock Purdy's also my guy, so this is a conflict. I'm gonna get a jersey by the time the Super Bowl comes around.
Are you?
If Brock Purdy goes to the Super Bowl, I'm buying a jersey.
Okay.
Stamped. You guys heard it now live, and you can replay it as many times as you feel like. I'm buying that 13.
Underrated jersey too, by the way.
Hell
San
yeah.
Francisco.
Hell yeah.
Underrated
That
jersey.
red and gold?
Yeah.
Oh, since we like talking about jerseys so bad.
It's not the Bears jersey.
Honestly,
It's definitely not.
no, it's not. But as far as gold helmets go,
They're beautiful.
it's one of the
Yeah,
best.
49ers, they've got a good uni over there.
Speaking of a lot of good and bad over there,
Oh.
David, I don't want to leave you out. What's your parlay?
Oh, man. So, I'm going to take... Let's do Zay Flowers anytime touchdown.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Lamar 200-plus yards. I'm going to go Brock Purdy 200-plus.
Oh, both of them 200 plus? Oh my god! So it's
And
gonna
you know
be
what?
It's a Christmas
And you
miracle.
know what? I'm going to double up. I'm going to double up, and I'm going to go Deebo Samuel's going to find that end zone yet again.
Whoa. Okay. If I were to put a score prediction on this game, I'm gonna say 31-34. It's gonna win by a field goal.
I like that.
Put the spread at 3.
I'm going to say McCaffrey scores a touchdown.
Yeah, well, who
Yeah.
wouldn't? I love your parlay. David. We're gonna keep that going.
Or revisit that on Thursday. On Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. The game is on Thursday. The
That's
episodes are on Wednesday. Come on, PD. Stay with the schedule. As far as the schedule
Wednesday,
goes,
Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday.
just keep washing your face with cold water. Wednesday, Saturday. But I got something exciting that I want to talk to you about, man. There's these games going on, but then we also got the boom and bust for the week.
Boom, 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 boom.
You know, I know in your head that really sounds like an echo.
It sounds really cool in my head.
But for me, it just sounds like, you know, when you're on the side of the highway and cars are just like boom, boom, boom. But let's hear about your first boom. What do you got?
My first boom at QB.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about him a little bit. Baker Money Maker.
Oh, you got that much faith in the
I
kid.
got that much faith in him. He's playing against Jacksonville. I think they're the 30th ranked defense against the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
He's projected at 16.9. I think he does more than that.
Okay.
I got him.
Okay. I
Boom.
like it. I like it. Over 16.9.
Yeah.
Any projections for what you think he's gonna get?
He's gonna get 18.1.
Okay. Okay, I'm not mad at it at all. I'm not mad at it at all. This first bust that I got shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Maybe some. I still think it's gonna be a high-scoring game. Like I just said, I got Lamar Jackson with a bust against San Francisco, projected 21.2. It's no secret that he needs to score a lot to stay in the game, but I think that at one point or another, that San Francisco defense is no joke, and it's about time they fold. He's projected 21.2. Say he gets 18.
Yeah, I mean, last week he got 18, and that was with 97 rushing yards.
He was the rushing leader that week.
He got 10 points alone just on rushing, and he only had another 8 with the passing game.
I'm telling you, bro. It's
that
about
was against
time.
Jacksonville.
And maybe he falls. Maybe this is the chance. We said it was a bowl game, but maybe it's not the one for him.
All right, I like that pick. For receiver, I got Devonta Smith.
Okay.
Against the Giants. I mean, somebody's got to do it against the Giants, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm going to choose him. He's only projected 12 points. I think he can easily get at least like 14, 15.
Having no faith in your own defense as you go into the boom.
I have no faith in my own team, period.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I know how that feels.
Jets suck.
PD, you gotta chill.
So what's your... I wasn't ready for that. So what's your projected for Devontae Smith?
He's projected 12.
So what do you got him
I
at?
was at like 14.5.
Okay. For the next one, Devontae Adams versus Kansas City.
There wasn't enough Devontae in here, huh?
No. We got to hit him with another Devontae at my bust. Projected 16.8 against Kansas City. I don't know, man. I feel like the Raiders are not consistent. I don't believe in O'Connell. I believe in Antonio Pierce. I think that if he had the opportunity to really put pieces around him, he could really turn it into something. But as of right now, it's not that. He's projected 16.8. I put him at 13.
Okay. I don't mind that.
Okay.
At running back,
Mm-hmm.
this one might be my hottest take of them all.
Okay.
I have Raheem Mostert
Ooh.
against the Cowboys. He's already projected pretty high.
He's such a good running back.
And it's a great running game.
It's a good running game.
A great running game.
Ah, man, I gotta disagree with you, bro.
At RB2 on the year,
Okay.
Raheem Mostert.
What does that mean?
He's ranked at the number 2 running back of the year.
In fantasy?
Yeah.
Out of all running backs.
Out of all running backs. You have McCaffrey, then you have like 3 gaps, and then it's Mostert.
What do you mean 3 gaps? I think you said he was number 2.
There's just a big space between Mostert and McCaffrey.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but McCaffrey and then Mostert.
Are you saying he's the number 1 RB2? Is that what you're trying to say?
Who?
Mozart.
No. Like, in fantasy, like, number-wise, he's number 2 in the season.
Oh, out of all of them?
Out of everyone.
Oh, okay, so I got confused by the... Oh, the gap that you mean
McCaffrey
is like...
and
Oh,
Mostert.
okay.
Like, McCaffrey just has so many more
I
points.
thought you meant that, like, there was a lot in between. I was like, how are you just not going to mention them? I was like,
No,
what are you
I'm
saying right
like,
now?
the
I was like, you
numbers
got
between
first
both.
place and then you got 11th. I was like, what?
Mostert's number 2.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I mean, he's got 21 touchdowns on the season.
18.3 is a high number. What do you have him at then?
Yeah, I'm at 18.4.
All right, bro. What in the world? Oh, I got you acting brand new with this, Mike. I'm about to take it back. Saquon Barkley as my last bust versus Philly, projected 16.1. I think that defense shuts him down.
I think The Giants' offense shuts him down.
I know, man. That O-line shuts him down. There's so many, like, moving pieces that just put him in a negative space, and I think that he's going to have to just, face the music, as some might say. He's projected 16.3. I don't see him getting a lick over 15. A lick over 15.
Not a little one. Like he's got a little, like, popsicle?
Like,
not even that?
Like, no.
That sounded gross.
But you know what? You wouldn't know because you don't have the headphones.
Well, from here, it sounded gross.
And I'm sure it's going to be even worse in the audio.
Talking about even worse in the audio, I want to talk to you about what's going on in the semifinals of the fantasy playoffs.
Ooh.
This is, I'm telling you right here, right now, this is the most excited I've been about fantasy all year long. And that's a lot for me to say as someone who talks fantasy twice a week. You got Brandon Barge.
No,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Are you looking at the consolation bracket?
You got no. I meant to say Anthony Barge. You got Anthony Barge against Joey. It's gonna be a close one. Projected 111 from Joey at 9-5 against Anthony Barge at 129.
I'm gonna hope 111's a low projected for a playoff team.
It is.
I mean, I'm sure we have more teams that aren't even in the playoffs projected more. Alex is projected 130.
I mean, look, too bad, so sad for Alex. He was here last week, and you could tell he was moping. That's not what we're here for, though. Like, you always know that there's going to be certain teams that get farther than they should, and then they start showing their true colors. Perfect example, Cody. What did he do when he first got to the playoffs? He dropped 89.
I mean, he should have won.
He didn't.
He didn't start a quarterback.
That's his fault.
It is his fault. But looking at it now, if he was playing, he's projected the most points in the league right now.
That's a scary sight. I
But
said Anthony Barge was overrated, and here he is in the semifinals.
Here he is.
Look, I think that as far as this game goes, you already know what my projections are. I think that Anthony Barge, you gotta take him, especially if Tyreek Hill can take that Q off his name. He's a problem, man. I think he's expected
to play.
I want to list exactly who he has for anyone listening, so there's no confusion. You got Anthony Barge with, from top to bottom, Josh Allen, Josh Jacobs, James Conner, Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, Sam Laporta, Devin Singletary, the Eagles defense against the Giants, and Brandon Aubrey as the kicker. Then you got Joey with Dak Prescott, Jahmyr Gibbs, Isaiah Pacheco, Devontae Smith, Jacoby Myers, TJ Hawkinson, and Jigba, the Commanders DST, and the kicker from Cincinnati,
Evan McPherson. I think it's going to be fun, especially since we spoke about this in the actual NFL game. We have Hawkinson versus Laporta. They're playing against each other.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
That's going to be fun to watch.
Now, we were talking about this with David, not to cut you off. I want to get into this. Do you think that they ease Isaiah Pacheco back into the offense at Kansas City?
I think they do.
So then he's not going to have a good game.
I think whether he's eased or there's a snap count, something.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see a full play out of Pacheco.
Oh,
and he's coming back from a shoulder injury, too.
Yeah.
And he just got surgery. I don't see him playing as much as he would healthy. Especially since you have Hilaire and McKinnon to use.
I agree, man. And at this point, Joey doesn't have a lot of options on his bench. He has Zach Moss with a Q. That's the only other person he could put in besides Pacheco.
Yeah.
But you know what? I know Joey's been holding on to Pacheco a lot. That's his guy. He's been trying to push forward with him. And, of course, he named his team after Njigba, so that's also his guy. It's not going to go well for him.
He also has Jamar Chase hurt.
Yeah.
That hurts.
With the man himself, Jake Browning, throwing to him, he's missing all that value in fantasy. Yeah. You got it to go. I got Anthony Barge on this one.
I think from bottom up, like, you got just so much more certainty in Anthony's team. Like Tyreek Hill, Josh Allen, Laporta.
Laporta, best tight end in the league right now.
All three of those players are ranked top 2 in each position of their own position.
Josh Allen?
I think he's ranked number 1.
Talking about fantasy-wise?
Yeah, fantasy-wise, he's the number 1 quarterback in fantasy.
That's insane.
Tyreek Hill, probably the number 1 receiver. Yep.
You know why Josh Allen is ranked number 1?
Why?
He wears the best number that you can.
Say it.
Number 17. It's the best jersey number.
You're a little biased.
It's the best one.
Your bias is showing. I also have Anthony Barge.
Yeah, sorry, Joey. I was rooting for you the whole time, but let's get to the team I'm really rooting for. The most low-key team in the league that I mentioned a couple weeks ago. You got Dylan Houghton against Eamon Brace, 122 to 120.5.
Is he gonna slay the Goliath?
I think now's about the time. And, let me take the time to tell him who's on whose team. You got Dylan Houghton with the following. As of today, Friday, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Najee Harris, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Rashee Rice, George Kittle, Gus Edwards, the Bills defense, and Young-Ho Koo at kicker, your boy. Then Eamon's team has Pat Mahomes, Alvin Kamara, James Cook, Mike Evans, Brandon Ayuk, Travis Kelce, Raheem Mostert, the Texans defense, and Nick Folk as their kicker. Where do you see the holes in this team?
Eamon has no holes in his team, if that's what you're asking me. I think his biggest hole is His biggest hole on his team is the Texas defense.
Well, you're forgetting something huge. Alvin Kamara only put up 8.5.
Kamara's not a hole. I mean, that's just he had a bad
That's
game.
a hole. Look, for a team like Eamon that you're always expecting explosive numbers, what is 8.5 at your running back position?
It's not a lot.
That might be the pending factor that's gonna make them fall.
You know what? Something surprised me. He had Matt Stafford on the bench.
Yeah.
He didn't start him either. Put up 20 points on Thursday. Is Mahomes gonna put up more than 20? You think against the Raiders?
He could.
He
could. But look, he's lucky because on the other side of the ball, you're also lucky because, like I said, I think Saquon Barkley is going to bust.
Yeah.
And you got Dylan Houghton starting Saquon Barkley. So, I don't know. It might be even on that. Eamon might get lucky. Might catch a little something during the weekend. I don't know.
Without you looking, how many times this season do you think Mahomes has put up more than 20 points in fantasy?
Not a lot.
I want a number. There's been 16 games.
There's been 15
games. How many times he's put up more than 20?
6.
4.
Oh my God.
4.
No way.
Yeah. So I don't think he's gonna do more than what Stafford did.
Damn, and then Jalen Hurts could explode against the Giants, bro.
Yeah, easily. He also has Ty Chandler, who had a great week last week, and Etienne on his bench. So I mean, he has too many good players. It's hard to start him. Dylan, on the other hand, he's got Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Who hasn't been great.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to pull up his numbers real quick for fantasy, but in the last 3 weeks, 9, 7, and 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kamara's 8.5 looks comparable to that.
It's about even.
I think if Dylan wins this week, it's because Najee and Gus Edwards put up at least 12 each.
Look, you're asking a lot from players that you might not always get a lot from this week.
But that's what he needs against
There's a lot of injury on his team. You got Madison with a Q, Christian Kirk on the IR, Cole Kmet with a Q, Josh Dobbs is not hurt, but he's just going through a rough patch right now. A.J. Dillon with a Q, like, he doesn't really have anything to lean on the way that Eamon has something to lean on. But I don't think that Eamon does it the way everyone expects him to do it. I think it's going to be my guess. Got to say it right here, right now. Dylan Houghton, Anthony Barge. They got the same logo on their team. I'm going logo for logo next week in the chip.
Look, like you said, there needs to be a lot to happen for Dylan to win.
Right.
Between starting Najee, Rashee Rice, Gus Edwards. A lot needs to happen. I'm going to say Eamon. It's a little safer bet.
All right.
I got Eamon.
So then you think it's going to be Eamon Anthony? Either way, it's a good...
A lot of A.
Eamon Anthony would be the best case scenario championship, not because I'm rooting for Dylan Houghton. I just want to put that out there. I want to see him win the whole thing. But if we're being honest, if Houghton goes against Anthony Barge is going to blow him out the water. Anthony Barge is going to destroy Dylan Houghton if he gets to the chip. But I don't think it's going to get there. I think it's going to be Houghton. I got Houghton.
I like that. I mean, that's it.
That's all we got. Yeah, what do you want more? Oh, you want some bonus footage? Fine.
They always want more.
Let's give them some more. No, actually, that's really all that we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I hope you guys enjoy your holidays. A Happy New Year, and nothing but blessings and good fortune. I'm done. You done?
I'm done.
All right. We'll see you guys on Wednesday.
How's it?
How's it?
Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it